Guys, what is going on? It's Chris Colgan, your favorite Northern Virginia, DC area realtor here. And if you haven't noticed, the real estate market is completely insane in our area, and the MLS stats that I'm about to go over with you will also show that to you as well. I am going to be breaking down each area of Northern Virginia and talk about some different cities. So if there's information or a city that you don't care about or a county you don't care about, I'm going to put the chapters below so you can click and go past it and just watch where you live specifically, and definitely comment. I love when you guys comment. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a house in Northern Virginia or DC, definitely text me at the number below or shoot me an email, info@colganteam.com. As you know, I know this market around here. I lived here my whole life and I break videos down with you guys all the time. But let's talk about, like, from my perspective, what's been going on with the market. There is just not much for sale. And then when people write offers, pretty much everything does have multiple offers. I'm seeing people do some weird things lately, like you're having to waive certain contingencies, you're having to do an appraisal gap, and you're also more than likely going to have to just do an inspection where you can just walk away from the contract, things like that. So it is a very competitive market. Well, why is that? All these data centers, like I've said on many videos, are buying all kinds of land, and Microsoft just paid close to $500 million for about 140 or 120 some acres in Gainesville. So there's just not much developing going on in our area, and not many large housing tracts going on anymore. I was talking to D.R. Horton the other day, and they were telling me the only neighborhoods that they have going on are like 20 to 30 home neighborhoods. They're not building these huge communities anymore. But let's see what the MLS says about the whole DC market as a whole. Look at this right here. If you just look at the market change, right? The median sold price went from $535,000 up to $560,000, up 4.7%. Medium days on market is down from 20 days to 10 days. And then months supply did go up a little bit. What they go on to say, though, in this, which really surprised me, they said for the first time in a while that the inventory is actually starting to raise. So as those rates came down a little bit from like 8 to like 6.5, 7, more sellers felt comfortable to sell. And of course, you're always going to have life changes, divorces, all kinds of things like that. But look at this. The inventory for single family homes is down 2.5%. The inventory for townhouses was up 0.4%, but the inventory of condos is actually up 19.4%. So a lot more condos are hitting the market. And like they said, median sold price rose 4.7%. And they go on to say buyers in Washington, D.C. area, metro area have been frustrated by lack of inventory, but it looks like there will be maybe some relief on the way. In February, the amount of new listings on the market was up 7.2%, higher than a year ago. However, the market still continues to be very competitive this spring, and they just show you kind of the different rate changes that we've seen. I think the Fed is going to finally start to cut some rates here as the election comes a little bit closer. But let's talk about certain areas, right, in the DC area. And a few of you had asked me, hey, can you add this area? Can you add that area? So I've done that. And like I said, you can skip ahead if you don't care about some of these areas. But let's talk about Arlington, right? So if we know there's a big condo influx, right, then that means Arlington and Alexandria may struggle, and Washington, DC, than maybe some of the outliers like a Stafford or Loudoun or Prince William that don't have as many condos. But new listings are up 10% year over year. And then new pendings are up 16% and closed sales are up 15% in Arlington. And the median sold price is up to $651,000 or 2%. And then active listings is 213 with the 5-year average being 247 days on market at 29. Now, why a month? You know, right now people are a little jaded, right? Like you might think a month is a long time. Again, though, you're talking Arlington has a huge condo market, and as they said earlier, condo inventory has been coming up a little bit there. And then the average sold to list price in Arlington is 99.5%. So most people are getting what they want when they are selling a house. So it's pretty competitive in Arlington. I want to check out Alexandria. Let's see if that Wizards and Capitals arena, which is still going back and forth, made any big changes. All right, so talking about Alexandria, new listings are up 1.3%, new pendings are down 11.5%, and closed sales are up 3%. Median sold price in Alexandria only up 30% to $724,550. Now, do I think everybody's house in Alexandria jumped up that far? Probably not. This is like the city or county of Alexandria. I think there probably were just some higher sales back in there. I know the prices have definitely gone up, but active listings is at a 5-year low. So maybe that prices did go up to 126, days on market 18, and then people are getting 100.5%. So people are getting more than asking price in Alexandria. So it is a really hot market still over in the Alexandria area. But I want to break down some of the bigger counties and talk about some individual cities in there. All right, so let's talk about Prince William County, which is certainly growing with a lot of new data centers coming in. New listings are down 0.8%. New pendings are down 5%, and then closed sales are down 0.6% to 321, and then the medium sold price is actually up 9% to 550,000 pretty much. So the market's pretty hot. Active listings 274, days on market 23 days, and then average sold price is 100.2%. So people on average are getting more than they are asking in Prince William County. And I want to show you guys some certain towns in Prince William, and let's see like kind of who's doing the best. So Nokesville's prices, average or medium sales price is $1 million. Haymarket 666,049, up 10%. Gainesville is up 3% to 643,000. Bristow is up 4% to 605,000. Manassas is up 13% to 517,000. And then Woodbridge is up 10% to 497,000. So look at that. You know, Prince William County's market is really on fire, and you can tell that is a very competitive place. And there's just not much new construction over in Prince William County. If you live in Prince William, definitely comment below what you guys think, because I'm just not seeing much for sale over here. And by the way, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, hit me up at the number below. You wouldn't believe how many people I walk into, right? And I'm around Northern Virginia, pretty much everywhere I go now because of the Instagram and this YouTube channel. People are like, you're the guy from YouTube, or you're the guy from Instagram, and they go, I bought a house because of you. And I'm always like, I wish you would have called me. I can definitely help you. Me and my team can definitely work with you. So definitely keep that in mind. But let's keep talking about the market here in Northern Virginia. All right, let's talk about Fauquier County. A lot of like development going over there in that Vent Hill area, but they're really fighting off the data centers. I don't know if any are being built over there. Not as much building going on right now recently, but still a competitive market. New listings are down 10%. New pendings are down 4%, and closed sales are up 30%. And then look at this, medium sold price is up 26% to 590,000. That might be a little deceptive, right? Because there's just not as many like sales in Fauquier. But active listings 106 days. Days on market average is 41, and people are getting 97.5% of asking. So people really aren't having to pay the full asking price in Fauquier. But what I want to do is I want to look at some individual cities over in Fauquier and kind of let's see what's going on over there, right? So if I were to pull up, now there's a ton of big cities in Fauquier, but there's not a lot of huge ones. Warrenton's average sales price is up 640,000 for that month. To me, that tells me, you know, there must have been some big sales in there. I don't think Warrenton's prices went up that much, but 640. And then Bealton's is up 23% to 450,000. So some of these outlying areas are going up a lot. And then you get to some of these crazy places like you know, Hume, Virginia, 2.5 million. You know, Amosville 769, the Plains 720, but that Warrenton one, and then Marshalls is down a little bit, but there's obviously been that new construction neighborhood with some townhomes and things like that. So what is that? If you live in Fauquier, are you surprised by those numbers? All right, let's talk about Fairfax County, and I have done plenty of videos on Fairfax. I'm gonna link them below if you're someone who's thinking about selling a home. I know Fairfax really well. New listings are up 5.2%. New pendings are down 5%. Closed sales are pretty much even, but the medium sold price is up to 683,000, up 10%. 788 active listings, but look at this, days on market is at a 5-year low of 21 days, and people are getting 101% of their asking price in Fairfax County, meaning people are paying more than what they were asking for in Fairfax. So Fairfax is really on fire, but let's take a look at some individual cities and see what the heck is going on. Some of the bigger areas, like look at this Fairfax area, like zip code of Fairfax town is up 17% to 755,000. Springfield is up 11%, 686,000. And then Annandale is up 10%, 650,000. Herndon is down a little bit, 631. And then you have Reston is up 3% to 542,000, and Centerville is up 9% to 520,000. So a lot of changes going on in Fairfax as we start to see some of these prices go up. So what do you guys think if you live in Fairfax? Is that shocking? All right, let's look at Loudoun County, probably one of the more popular counties all of the state of Virginia and the country. New listings are down, right? So there's not as many coming on. New pendings are up 1.5%, and closed sales are down 3%. Medium sold price is up 9% to 686,000. And then active listings 408. Days on market 18 days, and then people are getting 101% of asking price. So everyone is pretty much paying, right, like what they are wanting for what you've seen in the big county. So everyone is paying above list price. So if you're thinking about making an offer on a property, you're gonna have to expect to pay over list, and that's something that I can definitely help you with and guide you to make sure that your offer gets accepted. We have a super low inventory here in Northern Virginia. Let's look at some individual cities in Loudoun, because I want to see what some of these big cities are doing. So look at that. Aldie is up 16% to 785,000. Percyville, 14%, 768,000. Ashburn, 725,000, up 3%. Leesburg, 630,000 even. And then Sterling is up 12% to 617,000. So really Loudoun is also on fire as well. Now the interesting thing, what I'm waiting to see is happen, right? If rates keep going down, well, some sellers finally get off the fence, which will in turn put some more inventory out there. And if the rates do come down, I think that's going to happen. I'm interested to see what will happen with the prices if that does happen. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let's take a look at like Stafford and the Winchester area, because a lot of people in the comments get mad when I don't do those areas, and I do sell homes in those areas. So let's talk about those two areas. All right, so let's talk about Frederick County, which is like the Winchester area. Look at that. New listings are up 22%. New pendings are up 35%. And then closed sales are up 5%. Medium sold prices up 7% to 421,000. What I'm seeing in that Frederick County area is a lot of new construction that's pretty expensive because there's not a lot of inventory in Northern Virginia. But then look at this, active listings 177, average days on market is almost 2 months, and then the average house is getting 96.7%. So you're not seeing a lot of people pay above list price in Winchester. If we were to look at some individual cities, you could see Winchester is up 11% to 402,000, and then Stevens City is actually down a little bit. Again, some cheaper new construction, 8%. And the last one I want to check out is going to be Stafford and Fredericksburg. Let's take a look and see what's going on over there. All right, really quick, just talking about the Stafford and Fredericksburg area. New listings are up 27%, new pendings are down 14%, and then closed sales are down 7%. And then the medium sold price kind of stayed even in Stafford or Fredericksburg, around 500,000. And then the active listings are 174 days, and then the average days on market is 25 days, and then people are getting 98.4% of asking price. So it hasn't been as strong as maybe like Loudoun, Prince William, or Fairfax, but it still is a strong market. So look, if you're wanting to buy a house, don't get frustrated. You got to have an agent like myself who knows what they're doing, who can negotiate for you, knows how to get multiple offers accepted. We just listed a place in Woodbridge. It had 50 showings and we got 17 offers and we got way above list. But we also went into some other things that I showed the seller that we need to take into consideration. We got them a free rent back and some other things as well. So if you're selling, we can definitely help you with that. And if you're buying, we can help you get a good deal. And I've also found some great off-market deals for some of my buyers that they haven't had to, go out and get outbid by everybody. They've been able to get into a home that we have some sellers who are thinking about selling, and we've made it work for the seller as well. So definitely subscribe to my channel. By the way, follow me on Instagram at Chris Colgan Team.